MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning.
Good morning.
Scotty Ray and Candace. Today is Thursday. Nippy outside, 45.
It is. I'm ready for some not cold mornings, but just like a little bit warm in the mornings.
Well, you got that coming.
Yeah.
We're going to be getting into the 80s here in the next little bit. The breaking news that we have this morning, of course, is the traffic jam that is going on I-59 to where it has been shut down for the last 2 hours. This is the scene from Enterprise, Mississippi this morning as people try to get to the interstate.
God, there'll be a lot of people late for work this morning.
Yes, yes. Now, I just got word that just a moment ago, the northbound lane, not the southbound, but the northbound lane is slowly being opened for traffic. And what happened? What went on with that? It's a lot. It was a controlled burn ban yesterday. And as they burned, the smoke settled and didn't rise. This is the look at 5 a.m. this morning. You couldn't see off your hood.
That is scary.
So traffic was shut down. There's folks that have been sitting there since then. There was 2 18-wheeler wrecks that ran off the road. They couldn't see the road. It was reported at first that there may have been a fire with them, and that did not happen. They just wrecked. They got those cleared up now, but it was all from a controlled 900-acre burn.
Oh, goodness.
That is huge and just has shut down our little town for a little while.
Yeah.
Now, I do not know if that affected the airport, but all around the airport, we have had this. You could travel Highway 11 south, but you had to do it with extreme caution because you couldn't see very well.
Right.
So that a big effect this morning on travel. And as you were drinking your coffee and you had too much coffee and you had to go to the bathroom, that's bad.
I know. Yeah. You just, goodness.
We may have to start a business of a portable porta potty as you travel.
Yeah.
$10 a visit.
There'll be people fighting over it.
How bad you got to go? Good morning. We do hope your morning is treating you well as we begin this. A lot of folks are stirring. How are y'all doing?
Yeah,
there?
Denise Covington from Collinsville. She's watching. John Talbert. Good morning. Linda Culpepper. I'd like to say good morning, Karen Palmer. She's in Causeyville. Laura and Todd Lee. Good morning. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Joyce Gressett's watching this morning. Karen Benefield. Good morning.
Making sure that we didn't have any more updates on the road, and so far we're right where we are. Yesterday was Fender Bender headquarters, Meridian, Mississippi. Maybe you run up on this. This was the scene on I-20 yesterday. I showed this earlier this morning, but had a boo-boo there with a convertible. Also, by Winn-Dixie, there was a 3-car collision. I wouldn't call it much more than Fender Bender, but everybody got a little ding, messed things up. Also, this place here is just known for it. If you ever have to go to the bank or you've got to pull in up to O'Reilly Auto Center, it's going to be a wreck there.
Yeah, and if you come out of the car wash, I mean, you really, if you need to go back towards like the mall or downtown, a lot of people try to shoot across right there, but I always go down to this little spot and try to do like a little U-turn. But it's just a bad area because there's traffic coming from every direction.
Almost better to go down to Winn-Dixie, the old Winn-Dixie, and turn around and come to the red light.
That'd be the safest thing to do, really. It would.
Everybody's in a hurry.
You're taking your chances when you take those other ways.
But I don't guess we need another red light there. But, boy, that is that and down there at Dairy Queen. Just try to cross there. That'll get you a fender bender in a heartbeat.
That's a well-known place for accidents right there for sure.
It is. Those are a few of the things that happened yesterday around the area. Now, early this morning, let's go here. I've got this pulled up somewhere. We had a shooting overnight in Meridian. Oh, no one is shocked, I can tell, by the breaths being taken as people tune in. As we pull up the map to show you where this went on last night, you go to sammedia.net where one person was shot, and we zoom in on the picture here. This would have been around 45th Avenue. 8th Street, right down here. You go past Rose Hill Cemetery. It's first reported right along in here, but it actually happened here. This is going to be right across from where the post office is, Mr. Discount Drugs. Pulled into the parking lot there. The police were called. He refused to tell police really anything other than the fact that I've been shot. He refused medical help, so that tells us that it wasn't that serious, but it was a gunshot wound of some sort. And a lot of people, and I kid you not, you go, well, why wouldn't somebody talk? Well, you tell on who did that to you, they come visit you again.
Yeah.
And that's why. Do I know this 100% sure? No. But generally, that's what happens in these cases where people don't want to talk.
This has become a common area.
Yes.
For all this action. So
it has. Anything northward toward Highland Park is just a zone in those areas. We can all act like it's not true, but look at the
statistics.
That word. I was like Mr. Tedball there for a moment there. I couldn't get it out. But the statistics back that up of a lot of gunfire there. And I got a map that's going to be updated where we've been tracking this gunfire. We'll show that one morning just to show you. And it also has where the cars have been stolen. That's another thing that happens in our community that I don't pay a lot of, I don't put enough attention into. But believe you me, do not get out of your car in any surrounding county around here and leave it running and think you're going to go into a convenience store and grab a drink and come back and your car is going to be there.
Right.
Over and over, they are gone when you come back to the door.
Yeah, those days are over. The leaving your doors unlocked, those days have been over.
I've watched...
some people still do it, but I just don't recommend it.
No. I've watched so much video of somebody that gets out of the car, and it's not planned robberies. Mm-hmm. The bad guys pull up as passengers in other cars, and they just slip over in your car and are gone. Mm-hmm. If you were to have a child in the back seat, we know how this would turn out. Because if you watch the videos, they don't look to see what's in the car.
No.
If you've got tinted windows, they're just going to take it. Oh, Kemper County jumping in there. Lily Hampton, how are you doing? Mm-hmm. Philadelphia, Debbie Malone, how are y'all doing?
Yes. Teresa Whitaker, good morning. J.T. Rigdon, good morning. Barbara Dean, Jean Hines, and Cindy Skipper, good morning to all of y'all.
Karina Jones, Louisville, Mississippi, watching it. Glad to have Winston County represented. Mm-hmm. A lot of good folks up there. And as always, if you've got things that happen in your neck of the woods, wherever you're from, we'd love to hear from you because what happens there affects us all. Doesn't matter what part of what county you're in. We'd like to know about it so we can spread the message. We want to keep everybody as absolutely as safe as we can.
Yesterday, my son and I went to a few little flea markets because I love to go and look. Of course, he hated it. But
I don't blame him.
Well, he got him a couple of things. He got him a little ball and stuff like that. So.
There's nothing entertaining for a child. Well, I'm just going to tell you.
Well, they have things in there that the kids, anyway. But he didn't complain until we hit like every one of them in Meridian. But anyway, I saw somebody that in one of them, and he was saying how he enjoyed the show, and it's always so nice to meet people,
right. Was he working there, or was his wife dragging him?
No, he said he likes to antique.
Okay.
So he likes to look at antiques.
My daddy loved that. And I think that highly affected me I don't want any antiques.
Well, my grandmother, I always loved antiques, but my grandmother said they just junk.
Give me something new.
They're just old stuff. She wanted the new stuff, yeah. But I love to buy old stuff and like repaint it or stuff like that.
Yeah, that's not me.
You're a guy, so I mean,
But some people enjoy that refurbishing and doing all that stuff. Now, I'm a Coca-Cola fan. That is my thing if I'm going to collect stuff, and maybe y'all call that junk too, but that's my thing of collecting.
Well, I'm looking for a china cabinet. That's why I was going on to tell you. I'm looking for a china cabinet where I can use the hutch part. Right. As a cabinet, glass cabinet in my kitchen. Well, I'm going to
wait a minute. I'm going to go ahead and say what everybody else is thinking when you said that, because I know y'all are thinking it. The question is, have you been down to the dump and just hung out a little while? Because people will get rid of stuff that you can look at. She's thinking.
Not.
She's thinking.
That's the one place I haven't been.
She's too good to load it from the dump.
No,
you see that?
I'm saying, look. If I saw a table or something sitting there that wasn't anything wrong,
you call somebody else to come pick it up.
I'd be like, Kurt.
But I'm going to go on home, but I'd like this.
No, but anyway, I have been looking for that. So I've looked all over the place. Have not found what I'm looking for.
Denise said she used to drag her son to antique shops. It's horrible as a kid. My grandmother, many of you know, some of you don't, had one of the biggest antique places in Meridian years ago on Highway 11. She was the sand bottle lady, Miss Elsie Hughes, and she had a flea market, and she made the sand bottles where all the hotels are down there before you get to Davis Tractor. She had that for as long as I remember as a kid, and I absolutely did not like visiting there. It just was. It gives me horror feelings.
Oh goodness!
Like, don't make me do it again.
I love it. I love to go and look at all the stuff. So anyway,
Betsy Holly used to collect some Coca-Cola stuff there.
yeah, you can find some really cool stuff. Coca-Cola stuff, old signs. I love all that.
LaWanda says an estate sale is coming up on Saturday.
Okay, I need to check it out.
My nephew stopped by the house one time, and he goes, "Man, I just went to an estate sale," and he was showing his suits that he got, and he goes, "Oh yeah, this is a dead man stuff." I said, "Well, yeah."
Well, my son yesterday, his job was to carry the tape measure because we had to measure. I can only have one that's so wide. So anyway, he was measuring all the china cabinets.
Y'all know when I say pray for her husband, Kurt, I really mean that. Y'all think about that. Somewhere he's miserable and can't talk.
Oh, hush. He is not.
We've got more on the way. We want you to be a part of it. More headlines, more news is coming up. And as always, let us know what's happening where you are so we can spread the messages.
Yes.
All happening here this morning. Good to see so many folks up and stirring today.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville has these great savings this week. Idaho potatoes, a 8-pound bag, $3.99. Fresh blueberries, $3.99. Dixie Crystal Sugar, a 4-pound bag, only $2.39. Coca-Cola products, 12-pack, 12-ounce cans, 2 for $11. Brine Wieners, $1.69 for a 12-ounce package. And certified Angus beef, top sirloin steak, $6.29 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
It's a scientific fact. When faced with the question of wanting more or less money, people will choose more money every time.
The large pile?
I'm attorney Richard Schwartz. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, why choose less? Call me, and I'll get the money you really deserve. Why pick less when you can get more?
He got me more.
Much more than I expected.
You can't argue with science. Call me. One call, that's all.
As Jed Clampett would say, yee doggy, look at the antique folks that we've got pouring in talking this morning. Tiffany, what's she doing there? She said she got drugged somewhere?
She said her parents were antique dealers, and growing up in Jackson, she had to go with them every weekend to their booth over there. And she said it was so hot, but she grew up to love the flea market.
See, it generally has a different effect on kids.
I do like it, though.
Oh.
But, you know, you can see all kind of stuff in there.
See, Denise said to collect teacups in the 60s and 70s. She lived next to Soule. She used to collect those.
Also, ladies, I mean, men probably won't know what I'm talking about. They might, but the blue willow dishes, if y'all know what I'm talking about, I love those. Those are pretty.
Blue dishes?
They're blue willow, like, themed. Or any of the blue and white, like, urns and all that kind of stuff. Those are really pretty, I think.
Ah. And then for everybody else who's thinking, well, the big one is coming up out on Highway 11 and 80. That's going to be May, 11th and 12th?
Antique Alley.
Yeah.
Yes. It's coming up.
It is just unreal, the amount of this. A lot of people are saying, you hear Richard says, what ghosts are attached to your antiques?
I know, yeah.
You bring some woolly booger home with you.
Yeah. I don't want to bring anything home. Like if it has a mirror in it, I see somebody standing behind me. Look at it.
John said his kitchen is Coca-Cola themed.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah, you know Miss Brenda Gant, if y'all follow her, that is the lady that cooks on Facebook and stuff.
Right.
She has some Coca-Cola themed stuff in her kitchen. She likes that.
My daddy was hung up on, what do they call it, depression glass? Do y'all remember that?
Yeah.
There's so much of that, and I call it, I guess it's someone's junk is someone else's treasure. I mean...
Yeah, I love to find stuff, though, that I can put with my other dishes and stuff. I always get white dishes, or I get, like, platters or clear glass or
but when do you
stuff like
admit
that I can kind of mix up.
That you've got a problem when your house has got too much?
I have too much stuff, and my china cabinet is full.
So now you're adding another...
So I need another china cabinet. No, really, I want to put. I've got a big bare spot. Y'all, I know that we're boring people probably with me talking about this, but I've got a big bare spot on my counter in my kitchen. We've redone our countertops.
You ever considered you ought to just eat
repainted.
there in that bare spot?
No, it's not that kind of bare spot. Usually, I put cakes that I bake or whatever over there, but I want a big glass doors, china cabinet hutch up there that I can paint to match my cabinets.
Okay, y'all just jump right
Y'all be
on
on the
over.
lookout for me. Can't be more than 46 inches.
46 inches. As we look to headlines across America, this is the running joke now. Saving America. The big headline last night. This was from a website called Saving Country Music. Here's the headline. Elon Musk to buy country music for $89 billion. Time to fix it. Mm-hmm. I have to say, that one made me laugh.
Yeah, I got kind of tickled when they were talking about maybe he'll buy McDonald's so he can have the ice cream machine fixed.
Yeah. Now, he also got into several Twitter remarks last night, and this is what he said. And this is straight from him. And, of course, it's a joke. I'm buying Coca-Cola to put the cocaine back in it. Elon jokes he's planning on snapping up the Atlanta-based Coca-Cola company, return it to the original formula. And it did, of course, have cocaine in it back in the day, which they say was better. I've never had it.
Goodness.
Then they cut back on the amount of caffeine that was in it and tampered with that. And then they tried the new Coke. Nobody liked it. So will Elon save the world? What else can he buy? If you've seen a good meme, post that. I'd like to see it. And as you're watching, share our page so others will know what we do. There's a few folks that don't know we're doing this. It'd be a shame to leave somebody out. There you go. Let's see here what else we've got shaking there with Elon. He's covering that in the country music. I wanted to bring this up. This is part of our community. We like to always help those when we can. A fundraiser has been set up for a mother of two that lost her home in the tornado that happened in Clarkdale. Her entire home was destroyed. They have been given a few donations. They've been living in a motel since then. The goal for them is $10,000. I think $360, as you look at the screen, has been raised on the GoFundMe. Two small children. Her name is Olivia. If you'd like to help out, it's on our Facebook page and make a donation to her, or I'm sure that someone knows her in that community where you can give it to them directly. However you want to do that, it's just somebody in our community that needs a little help along the way that the tornado jumped up and whooped up on them.
Yes.
Good morning, Galen Bradshaw. Glad to see you there. If your kids are into fishing Saturday morning, you need to get up early. This is absolutely free. They're going to be giving away prizes, aren't they?
That's right. Saturday, April 30th, ages 5 to 17. It's 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. at QV Sykes Park. Open to the public at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
So they're going to have catfish, I guess. That's catfish. It's stocked with catfish.
Yeah, they generally have the Mississippi Department of Wildlife come out and put a few extra fish in there for the kids, so it'll be a lot of fun. It's one of those where you put your bait in there and it's you instantly get gratification. So
yeah, but you got to bring your own bait and poles.
Right. So you do fish a little bit, right?
Yeah, I love to fish.
You don't have a problem with putting the worm on?
I don't have a problem. I do have a problem with the crickets, trying to get them out of the thing and keep them from jumping everywhere. Yeah. Okay. We have one of those little baskets that keeps them in. I guess because it's got the little lip around the inside edge, they can't get out. But yeah, I'm not afraid of that kind of stuff. I just don't want to see a snake.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you on that.
I will take off running if I see a snake.
I've never been a fan of a snake in any shape, form, or way. Okay, let's see here what else. We got a puppy dog that needs a home. I showed this morning. If you've seen her, it's okay. His name is Benny. I said her, but his name is Benny. This is the pup needing a home.
Cute.
Yeah.
Cute little dog.
$20 will get you this pup. Needs a good home, make a good friend to you there.
Yes.
Again, they are located at 501 Cooper Avenue in Meridian. That's where you go to see. And there's some more. There's cats, dogs. They just need a good, loving home. It's hard to imagine that someone would mistreat a puppy, but they do out there.
Yes.
Did I miss your puppy's name? Working out in the yard, missed the first 15 minutes. We got a new pup, and I asked,
you already got it?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I asked him to bring it up. Maybe we'll show her here. And I've come up.
Cute.
I thought long and hard, and I normally get blocked from naming any animal. Every one that we've ever had, I've been blocked. But I've named this one, and we're going to name her Ellie.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
So Ellie, I asked him to bring. I sent a text and asked him to bring Nellie up. Nellie.
Look, they got the puppy from a girl that I work with, and it's a Maltipoo. So cute. And I just wanted to let you know that Angela said she loves men. So she is.
Bring old Ellie over here on the counter
so
and see if she'll.
She's so cute.
This is
such sweetness right here, y'all. Now look at this sweet little thing. Oh, wee, it's so sweet.
She's a cutie pie.
Sophie's getting a little jealous over here.
Yeah, if y'all will see the big tail
Look at
flopping
this.
behind Candace, that is Sophie over there, and she ain't all about all this.
Here, Scotty Ray.
She's
It's sweet.
This is a cute one.
This is
Dogs
so
are one of the greatest things that you can have as a friend.
She looks like a little teddy bear. I mean, she's so sweet.
This is one of the softest little things. And what is this? What type of dog is this?
A Maltipoo.
A Maltipoo. You want to sit down and
Yes.
talk over there?
Yeah, the dad is the dad is a Maltese and the mother is a Maltipoo, and they are so sweet. They're just the sweetest little dogs. They do not shed.
Oh, they don't? Oh,
They
you
do
going
not
to talk
shed.
for us?
Yeah, and
I see you. I do.
look, oh, Scotty Ray's gonna have a new best friend.
Oh, she's going to hang out with me. Now, that one
Yeah.
back here,
Oh, look, she's biting on his collar.
she bit my neck last night.
She's like a
That's a
little.
I
microphone,
told you,
isn't it?
Angela said she likes men.
I know. Ow, that hurt.
Oh, it's so
But
sweet.
she is a good little girl. And again, this is going to be Miss Ellie,
Oh,
if y'all hadn't had a chance to see her.
so sweet.
And what was it, a multi what?
Poo.
Now,
Maltipoo.
I don't know how you come up with that name. but
Well, I guess Maltese and a poodle maybe mixed
Okay.
or something called a Maltipoo. So, yeah. She's the only little girl of the litter.
Yeah, I am such a sucker for puppies.
Well, she's a precious one. And the mother, look, one more look. Look,
There
little
she
movie
is.
She's a little movie star. Look.
She's so cute.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It's hard to beat a dog, and if you're watching and you're not an animal lover, I'm telling you, they become your best friend. They stay with you through thick and thin. I invite you to find out what others find so much joy in. Get a
Yes.
pet. It can be a cat. It can be anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
At 4:30 this morning, she was chasing Sophie, the big dog, which is tall, and Sophie just did not want to play. She's like, "Why are you in my house?" No, she doesn't.
Really? She doesn't.
She does not care.
Well, maybe she'll grow to love her because she was like all about JJ.
Yeah.
They chased each other in the yard, and then when JJ passed away, she went through like a depression.
But I'm
It
telling.
was her chew toy.
Yeah.
She was upset about.
But I remember the night that Sophie came. JJ was like, "Why is this dog in my house?" Dogs are very territorial about
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Just don't get a
Goodness.
porcupine as a pet. I believe you on that. That might hurt you
Yeah,
there.
I'd pass on that one, I think.
So
or a
that's-
skunk. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. I don't care if you do go get that taken out.
Yeah.
Pepe Le Pew is not what I want.
Yeah. Not me.
Lori said that her Yorkie will be 14th on the 30th.
Yeah.
Now, you tell me that ain't part of your family. That
We
many
have
years.
a miniature Dachshund. We've had her for 19 years.
Now, you know that's 19?
19 years we've had her. Yes, we got her when she was 6 weeks old, and
Is she getting a Social Security check?
she's still kicking. I'm telling you, she can't see good at all. I mean, she's got cataracts. I think she can't hear good, but she's still. But if you play with her, she'll run around and play just like a little puppy.
Oh.
So, but
Somebody wanted to know if there was any other pups left in that litter.
I think she has sold them all now.
You do?
Yeah, she told me yesterday she sold them all, unless somebody changes their mind. But yeah, she had 3 little boys and a girl. Now, I'm not saying they won't have any more. So
Right.
if they have some more, I will let y'all know.
Yeah. So anyway, Miss Ellie, welcome to the neighborhood there. One of the headlines that went on yesterday, Mississippi made news. There was a shooting on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. 5 people had died, including the gunman. A carjacking happened. The person that was carjacked later died. It started at a hotel, from what I understand. He stole a car, shot that person, barricaded himself inside a convenience store, and then in the end ended up committing suicide. And, you know, as I told, we were sitting here talking, and well, why didn't he just start there and save everybody else? We don't know what caused it yet. This is an ongoing investigation into this. Horrible that this could even happen. 4 innocent people that happened.
Yeah, I don't understand the mentality of people doing stuff like this. I don't know.
Yeah, I was sitting there looking
do you think when you jump in a car that you're just going to get away with it from now on? I mean, somebody's going to catch you eventually, and then to do something like this, to shoot people, I just don't understand it. They have to be mentally ill or something.
Here's the gentleman that caused it all there. His name is Jeremy, and I'm not sure I can pronounce that. Aslander Reynolds?
Alessander.
That happened in Biloxi, Mississippi. So say extra, when you say your prayers tonight, think of those families, if you're not aware of that lost their loved ones, that were out doing what they do, expected to return home on a normal day, and things went south. That's without any.
Yes.
I brought this up too. This just gets my gizzard. As the governor, and again, I brought it up earlier this morning, if you watched that first one, the governor, Kate Brown, done this, gave clemency to someone. Oregon is where it happened. A murderer, let him out of jail. Did not contact the family that they had let the murderer out. He had killed their 17-year-old child, and footloose and fancy free, back on the streets.
Goodness.
Had been jailed life without parole. It was a 1994 killing. She was 19 years old. A little girl named Nikki that was murdered. Life in prison, and then
Life without parole, but they granted him clemency.
Yeah, there you go. That's not going over well with voters in Oregon, by the way. And you don't hear a whole lot about Oregon in the news. It's kind of like Vermont. It's just kind of there. Every now and then something comes out. Vermont's even more remote than that, but awful.
It makes you wonder why they would have granted him clemency. I know it says that he committed the murder when he was 17, and maybe they're thinking, oh, well, maybe he's grown up and he's sorry for what. You still know what you're doing. You're of age.
That's
you know
right.
what you're doing.
Don't agree with all that.
No.
And this story here, that poor lady that was attacked by dogs, and we did bring this up earlier, but it is so worth bringing up again. They thought they were going to be able to put prosthetic arms on her, that she lost both her arms in that attack. They cannot do that now. So she is stricken with life without having arms or anything.
Goodness gracious.
There will probably be charges against the owner of the dog before this is all over. This is South Carolina, where all that went on there. With the bad news, you have to have the good news. You have to have a little bad news every now and then.
Yeah, it just always scares me with any kind of dog, really, but a pit bull. I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, they're sweet dogs."
You just get jumped on.
I'm just saying, but it just makes me nervous. Any kind of dog that I don't know of, like my son being in the yard playing, somebody's dog wandering up in the yard. I don't know who they are. You know, any kind of dog can be unpredictable. So,
and I say that from posts that I've seen, not on our page, but other pages where people have mentioned dogs, and you bring up the word.
Well, I will say this: bring up the word pit bull.
Yeah, they get.
Yeah, and I understand
touchy.
that. I'm not trying. I mean, because my stepson's got a pit bull. That's a beautiful dog. It's a sweet dog. It'll come and lay its head in your lap. But I just the way that they are made, like they're real strong in the front. If you were to get attacked by one, the chances of you getting away from it is going to be really hard.
It's kind of like a scorned woman.
They're very strong dogs.
Scorned women are very hard to get away from. When they're mad, they're mad.
Yeah.
Y'all keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Biden has been blocked. Anybody seen this yet? A judge that Trump put into place has blocked Biden from winding down the Title 42, which is good, which would allow even more people into the country.
Yeah.
We'll follow this to see how long that lasts. We hope it lasts. We really do. There was a swap last night in the middle of the night with Russia. Are y'all aware of this? Trevor Reed has landed back on American soil in Texas after being freed from a Russian prison. It happened in 2019. He's been in jail there. It was a prisoner swap. He was accused of assaulting a police officer while visiting his girlfriend in Russia. Of course, they wouldn't let him go, and they swapped a drug dealer for him.
Yeah.
Diplomatic ways there. All I can tell you is when visiting other countries, don't do anything wrong. You remember the kid, that teenager that Trump got out of all that done something with Kim Jong, whatever his name is?
Kim Jong-un.
Where he took down a flag as a joke or something. And
yeah.
That was bad. All right, we got I-59 back open is what we're being told there. I know that slow traffic was moving there just a little bit ago, and I got a video here from there just a second ago. We'll get that loaded in a little while there. Traffic slowly moving again.
That's good.
Thank heavens there.
Just be extra careful because I'm sure it's bumper to bumper.
Oh, without a doubt.
So that can cause a wreck too.
It is. Yeah. Good morning from Scotty Ray Candace. We've got a lot more headlines on the way. We don't want you to miss anything. That's right. So stay close with us.
As the days get hotter, Sanders Gas reminds you to get your air conditioner tuned up. Sanders Gas can repair or replace your whole unit, whichever you need. Talk to Sanders about a tankless water heater now and never run out of hot water. Find out how easy and affordable it is to cook on gas stoves. And those backyard barbecues are coming. Don't run out of gas. Get yours refilled today. Sanders Gas, since 1946, 611 26th Avenue South, 601-693-4054. Spring is here and it's time to quit spending all of your weekend cutting grass when you could step up to a Skag zero-turn mower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk.
Officially, I-59 is now back open. So if you're traveling north or south out of Meridian, all lanes of traffic are open. It's going to take a little bit, I'm sure, for traffic to loosen up. Mm-hmm. And let's hope that fire goes away there.
Yes.
Here we are. All right, let's, what is it, already 8:31 this morning? Let's go back and look at a few things that happened on this date. Always good to revisit another time and place. And here we go. Oh, boy, coal mines. Anybody ever familiar with that? And I used Dwight Yoakam's picture because he had a song called The Coal Miner's Prayer. You go to work, West Virginia, tragedy, 1914, 181 men died when a mine collapsed. It would be 1924, 10 years later, that another 119 men would die and another collapse in a mine. It's hard work. Of course, they've all gotten sick from that, from lung cancer. Y'all know that. It's hard work. As technology changes. But keep those coal miners in your prayer. If you've never heard that song of Dwight, listen to that. It's a good one there. 1930, we all know this woman. I wouldn't know her name, but I know her face. And you probably qualify into this. She was probably sexy at the time, back in the heyday of this. The Addams Family. Do y'all remember that?
Morticia.
Carolyn Sue Jones was her real name, but Morticia.
Yeah. I remember that. He was funny.
He was.
The guy that played her husband. What was his name?
I knew you were going there.
What's the name that he played? What was her husband's name?
Couldn't tell you. I should know it, and I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue, but it'll come to us in a minute. One of the most beautiful women that ever put on a swimsuit. And I say that because the picture she's got on is a swimsuit. But boy, she was beautiful. And she hung out with a dude that made her really famous. On top of that, Elvis. 1941, Miss Anne Margaret was born on this date. And if y'all remember that, Viva Las Vegas.
Yeah. I think the last thing I saw her play on was Grumpy Old Men. You know, when she was the girlfriend?
That's right. Yeah. And she was still beautiful then.
Yeah. Really good actress.
Yeah. We got is it Herman?
Herman.
There we go.
Yeah, that's right.
Forgot about that. Oh, Angie Ray down letting us know what's going on there.
Well, Herman Gomez was the one on this, but the Herman was the one that was the Frankenstein-looking one on the one that was like a
on the Monsters.
Yeah, the Munsters.
The Munsters. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. We got that worked out.
Yeah.
1950, probably one of the best talk shows. Probably would be ranked if you were to put the top 10 best talk show hosts. Number one would have to be, what's his face, that he took the place of. Johnny Carson would come in at number one. Jay Leno, I think, would be the number two.
Yeah.
Followed by, this is me thinking, then followed by David Letterman.
Yeah.
These that we got these days don't seem to be as good to me.
David Letterman changed after his heart surgery. I don't know. He just...
he got a case of the big liberals.
Yeah, I don't know. He changed. Something, I don't know. But I love Jay Leno. I think he's a...
He joked about everybody.
Yeah, he did. And he always seemed like he was in a good mood and, bubbly.
Yeah.
Not mean. He wasn't like mean and sarcastic.
Right. Did I just learn something here? Barbara Snyder said that Gomez married Patty Duke in real life.
I don't know.
Learned something this morning, bright and early. Now, this name, when I say this, may not ring a bell. He had a big song that was called Why Not Me? It crossed over, it was #1 on the rock and roll side and made very high in the country music world. He was born in Mississippi. He's written tons and tons of songs. He was a part of the group SKO, born right in Jackson, Mississippi, Fred Knobloch, a big artist from the state of Mississippi. So if you don't know who he is, check that out. He's written for George Strait and all kinds of people.
I wish I just had a list of everybody, like artists or actors or whatever that's come from the state of Mississippi.
Oh, you got to just Google it. There's a big list of
I know.
that.
I need to get a list of them. It's so many.
Also had a song called Baby's Got a New Baby. Does that ring a bell with you? Mm-mm. She's coming home late. Baby's got a new baby. Ooh, and it ain't me. Been a while ago, but boy, I like that. This was one of these controversial items that happened in American history. No matter where you stand on it, I'm still going, that ain't right. I don't care how you shape history and change history. 1967, this would be the headline. Muhammad Ali refused to join the army. Elvis didn't. Others went and done their civic duty. He didn't. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison, fined $10,000, and banned from boxing for 3 years. He stayed out of prison and was appealed and returned to the ring in the end. But that did happen in 67.
Yeah.
Don't know how you feel about that, but it's supposed to do your civic duty, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I think everybody should be held accountable, to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Denise said their son from Patty and John was in Lord of the Rings.
Okay. Sean Astin is their son. I didn't realize. I think I did realize that that's Patty Duke's son. He looks like his mother. The one that played Rudy, the little short guy.
Yeah.
The movie Rudy.
Yeah, Rudy.
That's Patty Duke's son.
Yeah, I'd have never known that. Mm-hmm. You could have put me on there on one of them game shows and say, for $1 million, can you answer this? And I just stared right back at you and go.
But I didn't know Gomez, the guy that played Gomez, was the dad.
No, he had a lot of finesse about him. I liked him. He was super cool.
Yeah.
1973, Mr. Bad Attitude would have a #1 song. It would shape his career. He would have a nickname that we would all know him by. He went by the Silver Fox, and he did have a bad attitude. It was #1, what goes on behind closed doors. When she lets her hair hang down, you better run. I think that was the verse they left out.
They left that out.
Yeah. You do know that song?
I'm sure
I'm going to pretend I didn't ask that.
I do know the song, yeah.
You do?
Yeah. When you just put a title, I've always said that. When you just put a title out there, I have to listen in my head, like I have to think about the song.
What is scary is I'm glad we hadn't hooked up to her head. There's no telling what's going through that head right now.
Oh,
Good morning, Jeremiah Johnson. Glad you joined us there. All right, as we look to 1979, I remember watching this as a kid. I was 10 years old. It would stay on, reruns would come on. Who remembers the TV show What's Happening?
I do.
His name was Rod. She was the main character, and she worked over at the restaurant. And it was a good show.
Yeah.
Years and years ago, how time has flown. But it ended on this day in 1979. Maybe it was a spinoff of Mel's Diner. I don't know, but it was a good show there. Let's go back to TV Guide. 1984, as we look at different covers of things that influenced us as we grew up. It was Happy Days that would be on the cover of TV Guide, 1984. Cost you 50 cents to find out what was going to be on TV. Now, again, this was near the end, as you had Chachi all grown up, and he joined it as the basketball coach, I think, there in the end. Yeah. And they had already gotten rid of Al. Changed Al's, rather. Arnold.
Goodness.
1987, the #1 song in America. And you just get, I met this guy 3 to 4 times. Van Mack, wherever you are this morning, Van Mack introduced me to this legend. And at the moment, maybe I didn't realize just how big a legend that I was meeting, but I sat down and I talked with him for about 10 minutes. And I didn't get a picture. There was no cameras in the room. No one had one. But boy, if I could go back and get a moment of this time and make it stand still, Waylon Jennings had the #1 song, 1987, Rose in Paradise.
I bet that was neat to meet him.
Oh, he was truly a living legend. Kind of like the time I met George Jones. And one of the most, that a lot of people won't know the name, that I was just so impressed with meeting was Dean Dillon. Wrote all of George Strait songs. That guy is super cool. I like him a lot there.
Yeah.
We would lose one of our childhood heroes. And I call him a hero because he was a part of the second longest running TV show in history. It was number one, and I think it comes up here in a moment. One day this week, it got outdone by The Simpsons. Finally had more TV shows than this one did. But anybody remember Festus? He even done a little bit of singing there. He passed away on this date in 1991. And you invited him into your home, and he always looked smelly, but
Yeah.
you really did like
a
him.
bath.
Yeah. Him and Doc, always going at it with each other. He replaced Newley on Gunsmoke many years ago. But for years, it was the longest running television show that ever existed.
Yeah. We have that on at the house a good bit.
Yeah. Let's see here. What else is happening? Oh, I remember this. 1991.
Yeah.
I had been in, let me see, that would be 3. I've been in radio 4 years. And I met this fella. His name was Ricky Van Shelton. Somebody Lied. Y'all remember that guy? Him and Dolly would team up, and they would have the number one song to date. It would be announced on this date back in 91. Rockin' Years, Rockin' Babies was the number one song.
That's right.
And Ricky has been extremely quiet after he's gotten out of the spotlight. You don't hear a lot out of Ricky.
You'd think that you'd hear him, having a little show or something here and there.
I can, I hear his name, and the first thing that pops in my mind, it always goes, hello, yeah, this is me.
I wish they'd bring him to Meridian, like to the Raleigh Center. That'd be neat.
Yeah, it'd be good to see old Ricky Van. We also lost, you know this guy. He was always very diplomatic, and I even remember an episode to where he had a girlfriend. You know, that really wasn't addressed a lot with preachers on television shows as having girlfriends, but he fell deeply in love, and I forget how it ended now, for whatever reason. The Reverend Alden passed away on this date back in 2007 from Little House on the Prairie. You remember that episode where he got the girlfriend?
I don't remember the girlfriend episode, but I do remember him on Little House on the Prairie.
He had a sweetheart there for just one that I remember.
Yeah.
But a main character that always pulled them together there at the pulpit. Let's go back to 2008. This is, I still say, the greatest song that he ever recorded would have to be Amarillo by Morning. Maybe this could be the second. It is definitely one of the top 10 that George Strait ever had. I love this song. Who remembers? Troubadour. Number one back in 2008, if anybody remembers that song. I like that a lot.
That is a good one.
Pick your favorite George. It's really hard to pick a bad one. The Chill of an Early Fall. Oh, I like that. I Saw God Today. They Call Me the Fireman. The list goes on and on of number ones. I Can Be Dressed Fit to Kill.
I need to go get me a George Strait CD so I can have it in my car.
Wait a minute. Hello to Candace. They don't even make CDs anymore.
Yes, they do.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure they make CDs still.
Candace, you can't even order that in a car anymore. Those are
I have a CD player in my car.
It's obsolete now.
Well,
Everything's digital.
I'm sure I can find a George Strait CD. I might have to find it at the flea market, Scotty Ray.
They may still make them, but they're just they truly in a year or two that will not be an option. I've gotten in cars where you just plug your phone up to it now.
Well, I might not be alive if they don't make them right now. Years later, they'll make them again, like they have come back with the record players.
The vinyl.
Yeah, and if you've bought a record player, like I recently, have bought a record player, you can find the old records in the flea markets also, like all kind of old records. Like
very popular there. But a lot of people talking about they love King George. Barbara Dean's packing away her CD players too there with you. She has a CD player in her Navigator, she says. Christy does.
Yeah.
I got one that
I got one.
I got one in Angie's Tahoe that I told her 10 years ago I was going to fix it, and it still doesn't work.
Well, they have the DVDs. Like we have a DVD player thing, so you put it in the same slot as you do your CD. So, I don't know.
So we're seeing a digital age come to where you're not going to see the DVD players or that in cars. It's going to be a thumb drive or a transfer.
I hate all that. Don't get rid of the good stuff. I mean, God.
Yeah, there's somebody out there going, don't get rid of the 8-track. Don't get rid of it.
The 8-track.
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't have an 8-track player. Well, actually, I do. I have an old record player that was my dad's in the shop.
This girl don't throw away nothing. I mean, nothing.
I'm not a hoarder, but I could,
She's got
I do keep
all the
stuff.
early symptoms. Y'all give her 20 years and see what happens to her. Let's talk about the Lauderdale County Farm Supply, where they have a lot going on today. If you're getting ready to do some outside work and you need some chickens, grow your own eggs, go by. Chickens galore. Little chicks, baby chicks, they're up in the place. You can hear them chirping when you go in. If you need sod, maybe you got a bare spot in your yard, you're looking for some soil, some flowers to spruce up, maybe some ferns to hang on the front porch, they got that for you with tomato plants, watermelon seeds, corn, all of that for you, waiting for you as spring is here and we take care of things as we go into May. T-shirts, keep you cool there during these hot days. They've got it. A new ball cap. Maybe that bush hog took yours and chewed it up and spit it out on the other side. You no longer have a hat. Go by. They'll take care of you. You can find it there with comfortable shoes and work boots and mud boots. All right there. They got a whole selection there to choose from. Georgia boots are comfortable, taking care of your pets and all of your circle candles and all of that there in the gift shop, with frying pans to straighten your husbands out. Horse and cattle feed. You'll find it all at one place, the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. They're located at Exit 151. Drop in and visit them today. You'll be glad you did, and you'll find something that you're looking for. See them today.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install, or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
I've lived in Mississippi my entire life. The people of Mississippi are my people. So when someone from here comes to me for help, I take that personally. Always have, always will. One call, that's all.
Oh, wait a minute. I got somebody that loves me. Nana Kent says she loves me. She says, I got great taste in music. I love you, too.
And she says she can teach me some stuff about some music.
Me and you going to be best buddies now.
Yeah.
When I work, I have my music. And I control, this is what is so great about technology. I control what year it is in here. All of that that's horrible never gets played. It's all great music in my world.
Yeah.
She's acting single. I'm drinking double. Don't get no better than that. And there really are. Country music, and you can say what you want. I love it. Does it talk about drinking? Absolutely. Does it talk about cheating? You bet. But boy, aren't they some good songs. I love to hear it. The more misery it is, the better the song is.
Well, isn't that what makes a true country song? Is when it tells a story and you can relate to it.
Right.
Not when it's just repetitive noise.
Right. Nothing like your wife running off with your best friend writing a song about it. You got to have it.
And your girlfriend coming and whooping up on somebody.
That's right. It just and I used to say this no longer applies in country music because it's changed so much. Used to, you could listen for 15 minutes to a country radio station, and within that time, it would describe the mood that you were in. It would relate to your life. It no longer does that. It's lost its touch.
Yeah.
And how did that happen? Music executives that moved to Nashville and took over. When they eventually took over, they tried to put the oomph and the boogie woogie and stuff and there was murder on 16th Avenue. Been there many a time.
Maybe you can talk to Elon. Maybe he can
fire up that $89 million. In my opinion, and this is just my opinion, there's nothing wrong with the new stuff if you like that. Just put it into a format that it really is and don't call it something that it's not. That's where I have my beef.
Yeah.
It's okay to have that, but create something else for it. There's people that really like traditional sounding country music where you actually understand words to songs. And it's not that it's old fogey music. It's just, well, you understand it.
Yeah.
You go, yeah, I've been there. I've done that.
Yeah, a song that is just the same verse over and over and over, or I don't know. It just doesn't even, some stuff doesn't sound country at all.
You go back to Alabama, and I know this was in the 80s, but Old Flame. If Old Flame does not paint a picture for you, and you understand that she had a spark for somebody else, wake up. As Earl Pitts would say, wake up, America. Get some common sense about you there. And that was written by a Mississippian, if I am not right. Old Flame was. Boy, that was a country song. I like that a lot. Y'all be ready. We got something else stirring that may be coming our way from China. The bird flu. Everybody up to date on all this?
No, I'm not.
It's in China, maybe coming our way. We'll watch this.
So they got the first human case of H398 strain. It's something all the time.
Oh, we done got into Murder on Music Row over here, and Close Enough to Perfect. That is, Close Enough to Perfect ranks almost, it would be a hard toss in between Alabama of what their greatest song is. And I know y'all are going to go down that road of the Christmas song, Christmas in Dixie and Angels Among Us. But a true country song with Alabama would have to be Close Enough to Perfect, or right along in there with Mountain Music was good, but it wasn't the same as that.
Yeah.
Whisper to me softly, 3 words upon my skin. That's country. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox and move on to something else there. Disney is striking back at Florida this morning as it's asking for a $2 billion bond. They say that he owes them from their 50-year-old special status that they had. They want some kickback. I think the governor will win in the end. Disney has had their free reign of the state because they brought in so much money and revenue for this. Finally, somebody standing up that goes, doesn't matter if you do bring in money. You got to act like the rest of us do. And don't try to influence us with us just because you got a little clout. That's what it's going to take in every state across America to fix our problems with politicians and the corporations that run states. We all know that happens.
Have you seen the video of the Disney executive? It's a lady sitting there and she's talking. You need to look that up if you haven't seen that. And she's stating what all they intend on instilling into their program, that they have not done it enough in the past, and that from here forward they will do so. So you just need to look that up and watch it.
Yeah, check it out. A little place called Florida. They even at one time tried to get them to block the airspace above it and all of that and make it almost like its own country.
Yeah.
Have mercy. Everybody paying attention to what's going on with Johnny Depp. I think America is on Johnny Depp's side at this point. Even Joe Rogan, I saw this morning, is going, no, Johnny's right on this. This is a defamation suit. Lost him his job. It's cost him millions of dollars because he ran off with somebody that didn't have quite good sense. They put a guy on the stand yesterday, a private detective, and she had him trying to track down somebody that tried to break into the house because there were scratches on it. And he goes, it's plain and simple, it was a dog that scratched the door, and he goes into explaining just how bad this is. It unravels. And I hear don't watch it because if you do, you'll be caught up in it and you won't be able to work.
No.
So careful what you watch. You may be glued to the television set watching Johnny tell what happened to him for the rest of the day. Do you remember the little girl that went missing?
Yes.
And this was the picture of this little girl that went missing in America.
Little 10-year-old. Wasn't she 10?
They've made an arrest. It was her cousin.
14 years old.
Killed her. I don't even know what to say that.
Yeah.
Strangled her and then done things that he shouldn't have.
Well, they said that I guess he admitted to it.
Yeah, he
and
did.
that he admitted that that's what he intended on doing. So it wasn't like a situation that wasn't planned, I guess.
Someone she knew.
It's awful.
How horrible could that be?
14 years old now. Crazy.
Yeah, that would be.
Twisted.
A former manager, and I won't name the name of the store just because I can't confirm this, but a former manager of a major retail market, she was high up in it. She was told by company officials to shut the store down rather than put somebody up front that wasn't attractive. She goes, that's not right, and she's left her job. That's one of the headlines, and that's just a sample of it. I won't go into it. I don't have all the details. That's what she's claiming. It can't be proved. But that's pretty bad that they tell you, well, that person's just too ugly to put up front. People won't buy from her. Y'all think about that.
Yeah, that's awful.
I'm ugly. Look at me. I've made it this far in life. It'll be all right.
That is horrible.
The things that go through people that make decisions, that's what we've got running parts of America. Beauty will only take you so far. And let me warn you on that. Even with salespeople, there's always a big joke about salespeople of beautiful young ladies that get in and try to sell things. They get their foot in the door, but you got to have a little sense after you get in there.
Well,
now be careful those that are pretty and smart.
Well, I mean, and looks don't last forever. You know, they don't.
No, they're going to fade.
But yeah, it's all about how you treat people. It's not about what you have or how you look. It's how you treat people. Because looks and money can be gone just like that.
Right.
You know.
I just got a text that said, looks go away unless you're Dolly.
Unless you got a good plastic surgeon.
There you go. We go to L.A. for one of our final stories that we're going to break up before we go to break here. This is one of those that makes you scratch your head and go, Out in Los Angeles, California, a 73-year-old, you remember this story? It happened a while back. They found a 73-year-old encased in concrete. It was actually in Hawaii. The man is from that did all this. It was in Hawaii where it took place. He was concreted in. They have now proven that his boyfriend did it, who was 23 years old. I'm just going to leave it there and not touch that anymore. 50-year difference there. Huh. Yeah, buddy.
He's a little aggravated, I think.
Something went on there. Don't know all the exactly what did happen, but there you go. That's the latest breaking news. More coming up with Scotty Ray and Candace. Y'all stay close.
Michael Swansea, your Alpha Insurance agent, truly cares about his customers and makes it easy to get you the coverage you need at a competitive price that you can afford. Michael can tell you more about homeowner insurance. Maybe you've just bought a new mobile home, or you're renting for the first time and need insurance. Let Alpha protect your family with life insurance. And as your business grows, so does your insurance need. Michael Swansea, your Alpha Insurance agent. Call him at 601-938-0123.
If you or a loved one has been in a serious car accident, call attorney Richard Schwartz and Associates.
We'll come to you, work to get you the right medical care, and fight to get you every dollar you deserve. One call, that's all.
Call attorney Richard Schwartz and Associates today.
Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. As we come near the top of the hour again, I-59 wide open now. It's still sluggish due to a lot of traffic in there, so keep in mind if you've got to go anywhere. North or southbound lanes will shut down for at least 2 hours. It is traveling once again. As we go to look at Facebook, what's been going on there? It's the slowest quarterly revenue growth they've ever had. Profit rose by 7%. Stocks are rising a little bit higher there. Growth, profit of 7%, and then 17% on the stock increasing. Viewership has dropped, is what they say. And it has a lot to do with what's going on. Truth. Hey, I got in. I joined it last night.
Oh, you did?
Okay. True Social.
Do you like it? Have you gotten to go through and scroll? Or?
Well, here's the problem, and I have to admit this. I'm going to have to load it to my computer because I've got my cell phone, the type so big, blowed up that I can't use the site because I can't see where to go. It's one big blur on my screen, and I don't know what to do. So I got to load it to my computer, and then I'll be able to tell you.
Okay.
But I have to agree with Elon Musk. It's a horrible name. True. You know, he even suggested, why don't you name it Trumpet?
Yeah.
That would have been a great name. It was kind of weak.
Truth Social.
True Social. It just doesn't sound in true Trump spirit. You know where I'm going with that?
Yeah. I wonder if he come up with that or what. I will say, I think Trump writes his own speeches and all that kind of stuff.
100%.
Because if you've seen the commercial that he says, I think he's written a book and all this kind of stuff. And
yeah, with the pictures.
And he says, "Hi, it's your most favorite president of the United States."
He wrote it.
Yeah, I think he does that.
The man doesn't go by anybody's rules.
Yeah.
He takes care of things.
Beats his own drum.
Yeah, I respect him for that.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's some of those headlines that are going across there. Let's see if there's any last thing. We got just a second or two that we've got here. Elon Musk did agree if the deal were to fall through on Twitter, he'd give him $1 billion in exchange for a mess up. They also agreed if they pulled on him, they would do that. This deal is going through, though. They want that money.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see what else he buys today and saves America.
I wonder if they'll start a new something with their money.
I'm sure that somewhere in a contract it says you cannot be doing that for X amount of years.
Okay.
We're coming back tomorrow, one way or another, to end the week for you on Friday. We'll be here throughout the day to give you the headlines that happen in our community, your community, wherever it is. Let us know. Candace, I'll let you tell everybody goodbye today.
Well, everybody have a good day. Have a blessed day. Be a blessing to someone else and enjoy the sunshine.
Try that blessing to someone else. Yeah. Tell me how to do that later. Thank y'all.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: